Welcome to Split Screen, a production of Love OV and presented by Harvey Goodman Realtors and ClickHarvey.com. I apologize to you. If you were watching the show yesterday, I said that yesterday was going to be the last show before the holiday. I was wrong. I wasn't lying because I didn't realize it, but I forgot all about the very special Wednesday edition of Split Screen coming up before the 4th of July holiday when it's going to be bright and sunny outside. And our guest today will be talking about how to enjoy the sunshine while staying protected from it, both in your car and in your house. If you watch the show regularly, you may know who we're talking about. We'll speak with her in just a moment. The show is brought to you today by Harvey Goodman Realtors and ClickHarvey.com. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, and Harvey Goodman Realtors makes it quick and easy and even fun, dare I say, to sell your home. Now, I was talking to a woman today who's thinking about investing in some rental properties, and she's looking around for homes. And I told her, check out clickharvey.com. If you're looking around, you don't want to drive all up and down the Ohio Valley. All you got to do is get on clickharvey.com, check out all the listings that are there, pick out the ones you like, then pick up the phone, call one of Harvey's great realtors, and they'll make it easy for you. You do a tour of the Ohio Valley, check them all out at once, and they'll have the advice and expertise that you need to start checking out some investment properties. Now, if you're looking to buy or sell as an individual, you can do that as well. All the pictures are online for all the homes for sale in the Ohio Valley, and also all of the resources you might need to get your home sold quickly and easily with Harvey Goodman Realtors and ClickHarvey.com. Now, bringing on our guest today. This is the third time she's been on the show. Please welcome Sandy Russell from Made in the Shade. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Nick. How are you?
We're thrilled to have you for a third time. That's great.
Well, three times the charm, right?
That's right. I thought the first two were pretty good.
Yeah, I did too. I did okay, I think.
You did. Oh, you did just fine. It's me I'm worried about.
Nah.
All right. So last time we talked, Made in the Shade was getting ready to move from your original location to a brand new location. You are now there. You've been there since June 1st, so a full month. How's it going? How's the new spot going?
Nick, this is a true blessing. I was a little discouraged that I had to move, but everything has worked out to my benefit, to the installer's benefit. We all love it here. Our customers are really giving me a lot of positive compliments about our new location. And they feel truly refreshed. It feels like we're waking up to a new environment, new job. So we're all ready for the summer and ready to keep people cool.
All right. So for those that have not seen you on the show, are not familiar with Made in the Shade and what you do, the core of your business is window tinting. We do window tinting in cars. You do window tinting in your homes as well, which is something. The first time you were on the show, I was like, "There's no way they do window tinting in houses, right? Like, is that a real thing?" I had no idea, but it's true. You do that.
Yes. First of all, what I'd like to do is just I'm going to walk outside and let people know where we're exactly located.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're still updating my website, and then Google is supposed to update my current location, but I'm not sure if they have or not. So I'm going to show you what it looks like out here. This is 3637 National Road, and this is our sign where we are at 3637 National Road. This is what the building looks like.
That's a neat building.
Yeah, it's a big building. The second floor is the posh hair salon. So we have the lower level and they have the upper level. And then as you walk into our business, this is the entrance. And then as you proceed to go into the office here, this is our area where you would come and discuss about what you want to have done on your vehicle. These are all some of the pictures that we have of cars and homes. This here is our display of the different shades. This is our waiting area, accessory area. As you can see, it's a lot bigger. We sell a lot of accessories. If we don't have it, we can get it for you. This is our environment here still. And we sell t-shirts and our company shirts, West Virginia shirts. I will go back to this display over here. This is residential and commercial, which I will talk about. And we love our United States, so we have a wall saluting the United States. But I also want to show one particular area. If it wasn't for my husband, we would not have Made in the Shade. He is the one that brought it to Wheeling, West Virginia. And of course, he passed away August of 2016. So I kind of made a little memorabilia wall. So this is the wall of Barry Russell. These are his tools that he used. He loves dogs, so he always had a dog with him, as people know. He won back in the mid-90s, best tinter in the area, which was like the tri-state area. And then just some little memorabilia with him. And then this is another section of our building. And then these are other areas where we have our film, and then we have an employee lounge, and I have a dog room. So the pups have their own room, and they are right here. They are, this is Sophie, and this is Oliver, and they are our greeters. The most important part is I have my own peace in my own office after 24 years.
Wow, that's a big one.
That's like my joy. I mean, I love to talk to customers, and I love it to be out with them, but sometimes I have to do work. So
I have
to
get shut the door once in a while.
Yeah, I have to get some stuff done. So then that's where I do everything.
Well, great. The new location looks amazing. Looks bright and clean and big and fancy. I love it.
Yeah, and let me show you real quick our work environment. I have Mike, he's doing a detail out here on a vehicle, and then I have Isaiah. Isaiah is tinting a vehicle. But this is our workspace, and we usually have lights that are all around the shop, but we didn't have them on today. So, yeah, everybody's busy working.
Great. Got a nice big shop area, too. That's awesome.
Yeah. And we just put a tent out in front today because it's been so hot. You can't really, we do auto detailing also, so you can't really wash and wax a car out in the sun.
Right.
So he was a little hot yesterday, so we went out and bought a tent. Try to keep everybody happy.
That's the big thing. Sometimes that's the hardest thing, is keeping everybody happy. I
agree. A lot of Gatorade and water.
That's right. It looks great. You have a brand new facility. I love it. Couple of questions. Mikey's rolling through with the questions already. Any work being done on site now? It'd be cool if we get a glimpse of that. We already saw that. So who's that? Mikey and Isaiah in the garage there?
Yes.
Getting some work done?
Yes. Isaiah is tinting a car with 70% ceramic film. So you don't have to go really dark to make it effective. The gentleman is a physician, and he just wanted the protection from the sun. And then the other car, we are washing and waxing. We're detailing it.
Okay. Mikey says, based on your location, go up the street and get some Hillbilly Snack Shack right down the road, get a haircut, and get your vehicle tinted all on a solid summer day. I like that idea.
There you go. That's perfect. We have building clientele.
Dia, you got a salon upstairs, right?
We do. Posh hair salon.
You can get your windows and your hair tinted at the same place.
Yeah, you sure can.
That's a selling point.
Yeah, and while you're getting your hair and nails done, you can just have your car washed and go, and everything's done.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I'd come and get my hair done, but Mikey says, what kind of training do your employees go through, and what to do what they do? So yeah, what kind of training do your guys go through to become experts on that sort of thing?
Well, my current my current tech, his name is Isaiah. He's been with us for 4 years. He went to a school in Columbus, and he was there for 4 days. They give you the meat of all of the, like all the tricks of the trade, but then you really can't tell how you need to do everything until you have the hands on. I mean,
Right.
he did learn how to tint side windows and back windows, but until you really do the hands on, you don't know. Every car is different. So they go through a rigorous training for 4 or 5 days, depending on how well they pick it up. And then since Barry wasn't able to teach anyone, I had friends who worked with us in the past from Philadelphia and Washington, and they came and helped me and tried to get him on the right track if he had any questions.
Good.
So he's pretty much near perfect as to what he's doing. He's very conscious of your car because he has a little sports car, so he treats your car as if it's his own, and he always says his name's on it, our reputation. So
That's a good thing.
I'm thankful and blessed to have both of these guys because
Good.
without them, they're a good team. They get along and they're good with customers. So, yeah, that's what we look for.
Yeah, I have a question about window tinting, and I feel like every time you're on the show, I have new questions because I know literally nothing about window tinting. But I'm learning every time you're
I
on.
can answer.
Okay, so we've talked about getting window tinting in your car and window tinting in your house, which I'm fascinated with. Now, we've talked about obviously that blocks a lot of the UV light from coming into your house, and it keeps things from fading and that sort of thing.
Correct.
Now, what about like heat consumption? Does it block like if you have the house facing the sun, does it make your house cooler? Does it let less heat? I'm having a hard time wording this. Does it keep your house cooler? Like work on like heat efficiency or cooling efficiency?
Yes. So the reason why a lot of people tint their house is because they have areas in their house that have direct sunlight.
Right.
So lately we have been doing a lot of sunrooms. The last sunroom we did a 5%, which is the darkest you can go. And what that means is only 5% of the light comes into that area. So the darker you go, the more heat it keeps out. So in that effect, that's the darkest you can go, and you'll have very, very little heat coming through the glass that surrounds your sunroom. They all keep out 99% of the UV and the UVA and UVB rays, which are the harmful rays. So it doesn't matter how dark you go, but if you're concerned about heat, you have to go darker to keep the heat out. And
so, go ahead.
I forget what I was going to say.
Sorry. I was just going to say, so if you have a sunroom
yes.
and you're worried about the UV rays, but you don't really want to tint it because you like that sun coming in, you can do just a regular film that blocks out UV rays, but doesn't necessarily have a dark tint, right?
Exactly. And that's where the ceramic film comes in. Ceramic film is, that's our top of the line, and it's more beneficial. A lot of people do like to do that because they can go with a clear film. We just did a house for a couple last week. They live in Oakmont, and they have a beautiful view. So they wanted to protect their wood. They had nice paintings on the wall. They didn't have drapery, but they had wooden blinds and slats. So they wanted to keep all of that from fading. So what that did was it gave them still the scenery that they could look out of. Plus, it was keeping their area safe from the sun.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I've noticed since we talked about the home window tinting, I've noticed at the house, like there's a spot in my corner near the front window where I have like some pictures and art and stuff hung up, and there's a bunch of drawings that my son did on just marker on construction paper, and right there by the window, it's like they're all faded. They've been there 6 months. They're all faded and stuff. So I never really realized it until we started talking about it, but that's where all that comes from.
Oh, yeah. So probably about a month ago, there was a house out in Caddis, and it had I'm going to show you right here. This is the house that had, see all of the windows here? I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, bring it down just a little bit.
Down?
Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
big floor to ceiling windows.
Yeah, so up here, the trapezoids are what we had to tint because down here they had electric blinds. So they weren't concerned about the bottom, but
Right.
this was their great room and they wanted tint all on the very top. So we tinted that, and this is what it looks like after it's completed. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, move down a little bit. Keep going. There you go. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So you
That
can
looks
tell how
good.
dark it is up at the very top. And I am actually waiting on a testimonial letter from her because she called me a couple times and said she couldn't believe how well that film is really, and they can enjoy that room now because that's where their
Right.
television is located.
Well, it's
But
like
we
with,
also tinted the new char house that's coming into.
ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so here's the char house that we tinted.
We just talked to them on split screen a couple of weeks ago.
You did. Can you see their building?
Move your phone down just a little bit. There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
we did that with a 15%, which is fairly dark.
Uh-huh.
And then we also tinted Shirts and More, and they also own the same company.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you can see that at all.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And then these are some of the homes that we tinted up here. This is considered a 35%, which means 65% of the light comes in. So that's not a dark film. That's considered a medium film.
Wow.
And I just wanted to let everybody know that during the summer, it'll keep your area cooler. And in the winter, it'll keep it warmer. So it has a lot of pluses to it. Plus, it's good for security.
Right.
Security
yeah, purposes. In your house.
Yeah. So we've had people that, not this year, but last year, we had to tint a couple homes where kids play outside with a baseball. So this one lady said she had a ball that came through her front window, but because she had security film on it, it spidered. And all the glass cracked in between the film, but none of the shards of glass came into her living room.
Wow. So there's another benefit on top of that.
Yeah. So, I mean, security and curb appeal and, just the sun, the heat.
Well, I got a 5-year-old that's always throwing. I got a 5-year-old that's always throwing baseballs at the side of the house, so I might invest.
You need some security film.
I did have a question here. JM says wants to know about prices. He asked for something specific, but I figured that he could probably just call you, get on the website, madenintheshadetint.com, and kind of get with you because I would assume that's all kind of a custom thing.
It is. Yeah, depending on the vehicle, our 4-door cars and our 2-door cars are different prices. You get into your German cars, it's a little bit more pricier because the back windows are a little bit more difficult to do. The homes are by square footage. It depends on if we have to use scaffolding or climb a ladder. You have to take a lot of it into effect. Right. Now, when people have a lot of square footage, I try to give them, some pricing that will help them because it's going to be more expensive to do. But we do, I still think we're the best as far as pricing. Because, as in our cars, we don't want you as a one-time customer. We want you as a lifetime customer. So if we treat you good with your car, then maybe you'll get your house done or your second car. So
yeah, that's the whole idea.
Yeah, you could give us a call. All of our numbers, everything is the same. Our website, my Facebook page, the phone numbers, just our address changed.
Okay. We are about out of time. I swear, Sandy, every time I talk to you, every time you're on the show, time flies because we're always having so much fun.
and I talk a lot.
Well, I think we both do, and that's where things get wild, right?
Yes.
I do have one other question about windows, like home windows. A lot of the ones that you showed us the pictures of, they're like the real tall, big, like flat pane windows. Now, what about like just regular double hung windows where you've got the two that kind of go like this? Is that an issue? Can you do that?
Oh, no. We do a lot of those also. Those mostly in bedrooms, kitchens. We can do anything that is glass, we can tint. It doesn't matter on the size. It doesn't matter how many you have. We go a 500-mile radius. But for that 500 miles, you better have a whole house for us to do. I mean, we won't do one window. We'd like to, but we just can't.
You will for the right price.
That's right. That's right. I'm trying to get like all the homes down in Deep Creek where they have all those homes on the lake because they all face the water. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, dive into that market.
One other thing that I want to mention too is my guys, whenever we have customers come around, we still wear our mask. When you come into the shop, I do advise that people do wear their mask. We do have this area that it's a waiting area, but we really would like people just to drop it off and just to make it still safer for us. I think a lot of people are laxed, and I know myself, I have been lately, but the coronavirus is still with us, and a lot of people are saying that it's, well, not a lot of people, but I mean, it's fact that it is still around with us, and it's scary. So we are very diligent in keeping everything clean and safe.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. It's a situation and everybody's in the same boat, but I think maybe we all got a little false sense of security here a couple of months ago. And hopefully we can all continue to do the right thing and stay safe and get this thing over with, because I'm tired of it.
Oh, I am too. I know.
So, all right, Sandy Russell, thank you so much for joining us again on the show. I hope to see you again soon. And again, new location in Triadelphia. Again, if you're coming, don't wait in the waiting room. You need to get your hair did. There's a salon upstairs. Go get your food at Hillbilly Snack Shack down the street. Make a day of it.
Made in the shade. Across the street from us is gambling. So, hey.
Perfect.
What more do you need? What more do you need?
Make a day of it. I'm in. I'm in.
All right.
All right. Sandy, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Nick, have a good one.
All right. See you later. Sandy Russell from Made in the Shade Tint. She is one of my favorite guests, I got to say. She is so much fun. New location in Triadelphia, madeintheshadetint.com. And we'll be seeing her again soon, I hope so. I'm interested in getting my house tinted. I really am. And if only for the fact that, one, people can't see in my house. They can't see all the junk that I have in my house. 2, they can't watch what I'm watching on TV. 3, apparently Hudson can throw a baseball at the window and it won't shatter, which is nice to know. It's a nice little side effect. So I can't see any reason why I shouldn't do it. I'm going to be doing it. So that is Split Screen presented by Harvey Goodman Realtors and ClickHarvey.com. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home with or without tint, once you get it, you can put some tinting on it. Check out Harvey Goodman and ClickHarvey.com. Have a good holiday. We'll see you again next week. Split Screen and Love OV on Facebook,